These are your messages from your guardian angels and from your spirit guides, what to pay attention to when it comes to the actual month of October 2021. So this tarot card focused messages from your spirit guides and your guardian angels. What do you need to pay attention to when it comes to the actual month of October 2021? Because every single October that we have, it's rather special, it's rather magical, it's rather different when it comes to its particular energy. And this energy is significant in many different ways. This energy very often makes us feel like a little bit weird, a little bit strange, a little bit unusual, like most certain we are like a part of the different dimension, which of course it is. But at the same time, what is really important to mention and that this same energy is absolutely miraculous when it comes to the actual manifestation, when it comes to like achieving things, when it comes to like a kind of solving problems, when it comes to like conclusions in our lives, you know, and things like that. So most certainly this is a powerful month, not only when it comes to its spirituality, not only when it comes to the actual power of the manifestation, but also at the same time, you know, it's like such a powerful month when it comes to like us kind of finding ourselves like throughout the month, you know, like looking at a certain like a sign, you know, there are going to be signs, you know, that are going to be keep on reminding us that we are on the right path throughout the actual months, and this makes things even more interesting. Now I'm going to have a message for Aries, my gorgeous Erinis. This is going to be like a really important time for you to understand that you need to use the actual logic and structure to increase your success. This is very important for you to remember that you need to use your logic and structure to increase your success, and at the same time, you know, it's all about you getting organized, you know, and also you need to stay firm, you know, which means that at the same time, you just most certainly you must follow your intuition, because now it's more important than ever. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Taurus, my beautiful Taurinis. Now basically this is the month that, you know, you need to understand that there is a very important message that you're actually going to have, very, very specific message and very important message indeed, you know, and this message is going to help you, but also at the same time there may be certain difficulties around that message when you hear. So on one hand it might be difficult to hear, but then on another hand this information which most certainly help you so much, you know, in so many different ways when it comes to your life. You also need to remember that you need to express yourself throughout the actual month as much as you possibly can, and you need to speak the truth, you know, you need to speak the truth. This is very important for you to remember. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Geminini. You need to remember that, you know, it's like a basically very much so an important choice that you are going to make, okay? An important choice you are going to make this month. And, you know, it's around this, I'm seeing a bit of an indecisiveness, quite heavy energy, and maybe kind of uncomfortable situation. But at the same time, you also need to remember to follow your intuition, and you need to make the choice from the heart. No matter what is going on around you, no matter what you have been told, no matter what you are doing this month, it's more important than ever to actually make the choice from the heart. Just remember this, my gorgeous Gemini, please. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini. You know, this is all about you realizing that your own power. You're going to become aware of your own power. You're going to become aware of your own significance, okay? And this is a very powerful essence within you, because at the same time, you know, you just need to remember to follow your passion when it comes to your career and when it comes to things that you're doing and things that you're trying to achieve in life, okay? And also, you know, I need you to understand that the more you do things, the more you kind of try to express yourself, this is going to be echoing like there is a no tomorrow throughout the actual months. And when I say echoing, it means that you're going to be sending really strong and powerful messages to the universe, which is only going to get back at you in the best possible way in terms of opportunities. So the more you express yourself, the more you do things towards those things and those aspects in your life that you want to achieve, that you want to kind of like really put more energy towards. And now it's the time for the most certainly to actually do this, you know. And also, you know, because what you're doing now is going to get back to you so much more later on. And also there is a little seed that you're going to plant, which means that you're going to start something really tiny, really new, and this is going to actually become massive, enormous in your life, and it's going to take off literally in June 2022. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about and having a special message for is Leo, my gorgeous Leone. Okay, now you need to understand, you know, that, you know, you just have to believe in yourself and you have to trust in yourself, and you're going to come across like a very kind of unusual situation, very strange situation, very bizarre situation. On one hand, this is going to be quite beneficial for you because it's actually most certainly, my Lord, going to open your eyes. But on another hand, you know, it's going to help you out also to think how certain things happen for a reason, and this is going to help to you so much when it comes to you facing that particular situation. You need to understand that the certain things happen for a reason, and this is actually going to be quite beneficial for you, because for you and your spiritual growth, this is going to be absolutely undeniable. Okay, you need to understand that this is the month to actually remove yourself from the negative emotions of others. Okay, and you need to also pay attention to this, because it's even more important to focus on what are actually on things that are really worrying you and the things that are frightening you the most. Okay, this is a very important aspect to mention. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolinic. You know, it's just like incredible, a little turnaround that you're actually going to have this month. It's pretty much so to do with a very important message that you're going to get, message that you're going to have, and this is to do with your own success and your own accomplishment. But you're going to feel very emotional because this is going to be so personal to you, because finally things are going to start making sense to you that didn't make sense before, and this is most certainly going to bring you such a powerful realization, you know, an awakening realization, you know, and that in itself, it's also like kind of going to make you realize that you actually can do what you want to do. Okay, because you are going to realize your own freedom of the fact that you can actually go in any direction, you know, because on one hand there is a certain journey that it's actually going to be completed, and that journey that is going to be completed is going to be directly responsible for you having a really nice mind-blowing experience and realization. You know, you will be able to connect on such a high level from such a high aspect of your life. And pay attention to that sign that I mentioned earlier on. There is a sign that you're going to have, and this sign is going to really answer enormous giant question to you. On one hand, whether you're on the right path, but even most importantly, what to do next, because this is all about the actual you going on the next stage. But also at the same time, you need to make sure that you're honest with yourself, because something is going to be keep on coming back to you that you want to do, but then you keep on kind of slowing yourself down. Now this is the time to face this situation, because as soon as you face this situation, there are other things that are going to be revealed to you 3 days later. 3 days later, what is actually going to be revealed to you, it's going to be mind-blowing, but most importantly, it's going to be giant. It's going to be enormous when it comes to you, because you are probably going to make one of the most important decisions when it comes to your life. And that decision, you know, this is only the beginning of the different life, of a different stage, of the different dimension for you, my gorgeous Virgolini, most certainly. And the actual from July 2022 throughout the actual August, throughout September, these 3 months are going to be super significant and important when it comes to the actual direct outcome of everything that is happening right now. now. So it's about the power of manifestation throughout the month, expressing yourself as much as you can, doing things that you love doing, because that is in itself going to make you quite magnetic, but at the same time it's also like keep on kind of making you feel rather colorful, and that is going to reflect on your energy and your well-being and your vibration. Okay, very important indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, I would just like to say that, you know, it's like I really like this because it's also like to do with a very powerful information and news that you are going to have. And this is going to be so personal to you also. This is going to mean to you so much. This is going to be very important to you because, you know, you have been kind of like using lots of energy in order to achieve this. This is to do with like a really important achievement, but it's more like also like it around this particular sense of direction that you're going to have, which is going to re-energize you like almost immediately. And once this energy takes over, you're going to find yourself having lots of energy, lots of ideas, and also like you will be keen to do things, you know, and to work on those problems that have been slowing you down for a while. This energy is absolutely undeniable. Going back to the message that I said that you are going to receive, my gorgeous Libra, it's all about the actual success, you know, information that you're going to have that is going to mean to you so much. This is all about the actual success that is going to come from dedication, you know, and self-discipline. Most certainly now this is a great payback time, but also, you know, it's time to celebrate your accomplishments as well. Don't forget that, you know, you are going to have a very strong power when it comes to being in a spotlight throughout this actual month. You're going to have a great power to be in the spotlight, so just use it wisely. It means that what you want to achieve, you will be noticed. It means that what you want to do, you will be noticed. It means wherever you try to put your attention and energy to go towards, you're going to just make and achieve so much more. You will go so much further with everything that you actually do. So this is the time to actually express yourself as much as you possibly can, because the power of manifestation is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And sometimes that doesn't even seem like it's the way it is, but then you will see exactly. You can have a little test, like for example, you can just like see what is going to happen if you feel really drained, or if you feel really tired, if you feel really negative, and then suddenly you kind of like just start doing something, just start focusing towards a certain direction, and you will see how quickly you're just gonna completely like basically forget about this tiredness and things like that. So this is the power, this is the magic, this is the energy that I'm talking about. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpio. My gorgeous Scorpione, now it's more important than ever to believe in yourself, because this energy is going to be quite deep, this energy is going to be quite different, and it's going to help you to reflect on so many different parts of your life. So you must not let that to bring you down, because you're very deep, you're very powerful when it comes to your own psychic feelings, your own third psychic eye, and sometimes this can take you away to all sorts of different dimensions. But it depends like on what part of your spiritual journey you are and how you actually face things at the time, because this is the time that makes you like kind of like to respond to things like quite spontaneously, and then there is nothing that you can do about it, and as you know, as long as you kind of like go over and deal with things and situations that come to you and at the time, you know, instead of ignoring them, because you know it's all about the important part of our spiritual journey, about our lives, that we have to go over. It's part of our spirituality. We have to go over until we get to the certain point and we learn our lesson. We learn certain lesson which is meant to be a strong part of our karma. So this is going to be keep on coming back until you deal with this. So my gorgeous Scorpione, you need to understand that this is the time to deal with things. This is the time to do things, you know, because you are going to be facing situation, a problem. But no, this is great. Don't get me like, oh, he's all dark. No, baby, no. You will be facing the situation. You will be facing the certain problem that you need to deal with. You need to dissect this as much as you can, and you need to see why is it making you feel in that particular way, and why it's putting you off to actually deal with this and to act on this when you are meant to act on this. So this is to do with the return of some kind of like problem, but you just need to understand that at the same time you are going to come on top of it, because by the time you get to the actual last part of October 2021, by the time you get to the last week of October, this is already going to be like poof, gone beautifully, nicely, and it's going to increase your energy like there is no tomorrow. So that doesn't really matter. What you need to remember is to believe in yourself, okay, and also at the same time, you know, as I said to you, there is one specific person who is going to help you so much this month, and not by helping you out. I'm not saying like, oh, you need help and things like that. No, baby, no. But helps you to understand something so specific and something so important that it's going to save you in so many different ways. This is going to be the moment when your eyes are going to be open. This is going to be the moment when you will know what your next step is. This is going to be the moment that is also going to kind of change your mind, but then this change of mind is going to be like absolutely life-changing at the same time, because most certainly you're also going to have an important adjustment, you know. So it's about a certain person who is actually going to inspire you in so many different ways, you know. Now it's also very important to remember this month, my gorgeous Scorpioni, to maintain a balance in between work and the home life. The more you maintain this balance, the more powerful message you're going to have, the more significant message you're going to have. The more you maintain this balance, the more focused you're actually going to be, because slowly but surely there is a whole new perspective like nicely walking into your life, and that perspective is slowly going to start changing everything, and it's going to show you exactly by the end of the month what exactly do you need to pay attention to in your life. What is missing in your life, it's going to be evident. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius. My gorgeous Sagittarius, you know, you are going to be facing a little problem indeed, but this is also an important part of your spiritual journey, an important part of your karma, an important part of your unique path. So you need to deal with this. Just remember that this energy is quite different. That's what's going on throughout the actual month of October. So it gives you the power and the opportunity to kind of look at things from a slightly different angle, because you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper within yourself, and you're going to find yourself so deep, and then after that moment in time, it's this wiseness that it's actually going to take over at the same time. So that's why this is like a blessing to actually have this certain problem that you're going to need to deal with, you know. The answer to that problem that you're going to need to deal with, it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to surprise you. It's going to come to an end, you know, by the end of the month, but it's at the same time going to surprise you how well you've actually done, and how you reacted. You know, there is a nice sweet little element of surprise that you are going to have, which is at the same time kind of going to make you feel rather indecisive, but exactly 4 days later you are going to make a really important decision, which is just going to be super beneficial for your financial security, and it's also going to be long lasting as well. On another hand, that problem that I said, you know, this is going to be something that, you know, it's such a broad subject to say, you know, this problem, but you will know once you're facing this, because number 3, it's also be quite relevant when it comes to this problem. Number 3 will be very relevant at around the time when that problem appears. But what is more important to say, that you will know what this is, because it's going to be almost impossible to ignore it. It's something that is to do with your passion, something that is to do with the blockage, but it's also something to do with like things that are very kind of personal to you, very important to you, things that make you feel emotional and bringing you emotional confusion. So you will know what this is, and even more importantly, as soon as you deal with this issue, deal with this problem, you are gonna come to an end with a very specific part of your life, very specific part of your journey. And when that happens, the new opportunity that is absolutely mind-blowing is going to appear. So remember how you're going to deal with that problem and issue you know, it's just basically you need to seek and look for the actual intellectual solution to your problem, you know. And also don't forget the actual need to act quickly. It's going to, and decisively, it's going to be really important, now more important than ever, okay? Because soon after that, as soon as you deal with this problem, this is when the beautiful karma mama moment is gonna come. As soon as you deal with that problem, not that later on, you see there is going to be like a certain little compromise that is going to take place, but this is going to be absolutely superb, brilliant, and at the same time a sudden and unexpected change is going to take place. And the sudden and unexpected change that is going to take place, it's going to bring an important answer to so much frustration that you have been actually going through, because at the same time you will be able to notice the swift change and a movement at the part of your life that hasn't been moving for a long time. So this is why this is so important, my gorgeous Sagittarians, indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricorn. My gorgeous Capricornius, you know, it's my lord. You know, you also need to understand, my babies, that this is the time for planning. This is the time to kind of focus on things that you want to do. This is the time to ignore as much as negativity as you possibly can. As I said in my reading for October as well, please do not kind of let your energy to be stolen by the negativity around you. There is so much of negativity and you are aware of it anyway, because you are very deep and you can see like all different sides, you know, to people like what maybe some other signs can't see as quick as you possibly can. So what you need to do is just do not let your energy to be stolen, because you let your energy to be stolen by kind of like focusing on things that are stealing your energy but have got nothing to do with you. You need to recognize your own power. You need to recognize the power of your own existence can be so easily diminished away. Also, when we focus on wrong things, it's just kind of start taking things from us in an energy way, you know, on an energy level, you know, it started taking so much from us, and it takes a while to actually repair this. So now this is the time of repairing this energy, repairing this a little bit of negativity. This is the time of rejuvenation. By the same time, it works both ways, you know. It's time to actually plan. Listen to me very carefully. There are certain plans that you are going to have. Some plans are old plans and some plans are going to come out of the blue. My answer to this is do it almost immediately. Deal with them, like take on, you know, do not leave things behind. As long as this is to do with your situation, with your further expansion, you're going to be absolutely fine, because this is all about the plans that are actually going to work out perfectly. Like a big mama plans, like huge, massive, enormous plans. These are important plans. These are not plans that are coming into your life, oh yeah, just plan came. No, baby, no. You have to follow this flow. You have to follow your intuition, because your intuition is going to be telling you something so important. Because on one hand, you've got a little bit of a devilish person who is going to try to kind of steal like a little bit of light away. And in order to ignore this devilish person, you know, you just need to trust your intuition, because you're going to need to respond to something, and you can only respond in a way when you're kind of following your intuition. So please try to remember this. On another hand, just please, when it comes to the actual manifestation, this is the month. When it comes to the new beginning and the new start, this is the month. But it's only the beginning of the plans that you are going to have, you know, and the ideas, please, you know, you are going to have certain ideas that are going to lead to rewards, and also it's going to lead to something really big later on, because by the time you get to the actual the end of January 2022, this is when you're going to be able to see the direct results of everything that I've actually said so far. So it's a great when it comes to the timing, but it's great when it comes to like answering questions to you, how long it's going to take, if I start this, if I start that. Well, the end of January 2022, it's actually going to bring you really important news, and that in itself is going to open your eyes, and also it's going to help you to make sense out of the situations in your life that didn't make sense before, and you will be able to see how everything is actually connected. You know, this is very, very important time for Capricornius indeed. Okay. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquarius, my gorgeous Aquamarini. This is also a very, very special message when it comes to the spirit, because now October, for the first time in a long time, you will be able to see this very kind of difficult energy. You will be aware of this difficult energy, negative energy, slightly dark energy that is about to start shifting away. I'm not saying that you all miserable, sad and dark. Please do not get me wrong, but sometimes, you know, we are doing things, we are trying to achieve things, we are focusing on things, but we don't notice how much our energy was actually affected over the last 24 months. So this is going to be the big moments. I'm not saying you're miserable or anything like that. No, baby, no. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, when you come to the actual energy, when you come across this energy in October, you will be able to see the spiritual lightness that you didn't feel in a long time, and suddenly, you know, my lord, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, things that didn't make sense to you are finally and suddenly gonna start making sense to you. Something that was so obvious right in front of you, you haven't noticed, you didn't see it, you didn't pay attention to. But you know what the old says, you know, sometimes in this life, you know, we don't notice things that are right in front of us, right in front of our nose, in front of our face. You know, we are looking for something, but we don't notice it because it's right in front of us. So, you know, this is something that I would basically like to explain to you, that how important this is going to be, because it's going to open your eyes. And this is nothing unusual, because the energy is going to be so powerful. To you, it's going to have such an amazing impact when it comes to shifting your vibration, and that in itself is going to reflect on your psychic feelings. It's going to reflect on your third psychic eye. So perhaps you're going to be dreaming quite a lot throughout the month of October, like very strange and bizarre dreams. But just remember that every single time you dream, there is a very specific message that is waiting for you there in every single dream. And even if it's not to do like, even if it's like kind of like a not the whole sentence, you know, type of thing, blah blah blah, but it could be like a really dream that doesn't make sense, but then there is one specific person in that just like doesn't make sense. Why is he in? Why is she in? You know, it's that maybe that particular person is someone that you need to pay attention to, because karmically your dream is going to try to let you know something, to maybe kind of not to make the certain mistake. You know, you're gonna be warned as well, kind of not to make the certain mistake when it comes to your karma, because you've just finished paying off karma, and now this is also gonna come like a great little reminder. So to pay attention to your dreams, it's also more important than ever. But also, on another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, this is a brilliant month. The negative energy is about to shift, and it's going to reflect on you like in an absolutely big mama, enormous way. Because, you know, you have been kind of pointed towards this path. You have been someone mentioned this to you before. Someone mentioned something about what you're going to be facing and what you're going to be thinking about, but you just weren't ready. You weren't ready to understand. You weren't ready to see things for what they are. And now you will see that you are ready. And this is brilliant, because when it comes to your destiny, when it comes to your fortune, you know, and things like that, this is also going to be like a really kind of turning point for you as well. You're literally about to save yourself, but this is in the best possible way. You're literally going to save yourself, but you're not only going to save yourself, you're also going to start like doing things for yourself, and you're going to start creating your own path. You know, it's to do with like a kind of like an important part of you that you left in the past, because somebody maybe was having like a little bit of a negative influence on you and was draining your energy. And now this month it's also going to open your eyes and show you which exactly part of your life is missing. But you again need to understand who this person is around you and who is draining your energy. And also you need to understand that now it's more important than ever to follow your intuition. You know what I was going to say, my gorgeous Aquamarine, is it's like now it's time to let go of the past. You are going through your personal transformation, very important transformation, and that transformation is going to make you realize exactly which part of your life do you need to make an adjustment. An important adjustment is going to be absolutely obvious, you know, and this is going to mean to you so much, because suddenly you're going to feel very keen to do this. But if it happened in like September or August, you'll be like, oh no baby, no, you know. So you will be able to recognize the difference when it comes to the actual energy, and you will know that this is the right thing to do when it comes to you. On another hand, you know, you need to remember to let go of the past, and also you are going to have this ending, you know, that is going to make way for new opportunities. So that particular ending that caused so much confusion as well, by the end of October 2021, there is already going to be very interesting opportunity on the horizon, and that in itself is going to bring you an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation that it's time to move on with your life. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. My gorgeous Piscelini, you know, it's so brilliant. You know, this month is going to hit you differently, but in such a specific and powerful way. Like, oh my God, because October is like spiritual in itself, like so much, and it has got such a kind of like interesting impact on every single one of us. We all feel this different vibration. We all feel this different energy, but it's not only about feeling this, it's about using it and making the most of it, because it's most certainly for you also gonna be a powerful time when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to explaining yourself, when it comes to dealing with issues and dealing with problems. You know, there is a one specific problem that you also had for such a long time. Like, I would go back to the actual 24 months now, the last 24 months. There's a certain problem that is going to jump back, and you will be facing this problem. This is very important to you and for you to actually deal with, and suddenly you're just going to realize, oh my God, that was so easy, that was so easy. And this is the powerful energy that I'm talking about, because this is going to bring you a really important surprise in itself, but then again it's just going to put you in that a little bit of a hermit mode stage, which is also yet again going to make you even wiser over the couple of days, I would say, and what you're like kind of not honest with yourself, it's going to be absolutely obvious, my gorgeous Piscelinis. This is very important when it comes to your personal development. Don't get me wrong. If you want to achieve something in your life, ignore the negativities, because you're very emotional, and this is your power. The emotions are your energy. This is your power. This is your intuition. This is your intellect. You know, you just need to use it to your own advantage now. And I'm saying this because a lot is going to be going on throughout the month of October that is just going to be crazy, and it's not going to make sense, and it's nothing to do with you. But then you just have to keep on reminding yourself to use your own power, follow your own essence, follow your own spirit. Now it's more important than ever, because you are going to achieve absolutely something mind-blowing and something incredible this month, and that is going to help you to start moving on slowly with your life. And this also, like the sense of the new direction you will be able to feel, but you're not going to be able to pinpoint exactly what this is, and this is going to bring even more interesting factors and element into your life. You're just going to be keep on kind of reminded within yourself to keep going, and that is most certainly going to be the right thing to do. As I said, if you would like to like kind of achieve something and be noticed and deal with problems and issues, now is the month, because you are going to make a great achievement, absolutely great achievement, and each single time you do this, there is going to be the spiritual reward that you are going to have later on as well. So you will also become aware of the fact how everything is absolutely connected. You are going to realize that there is a very interesting opportunity that is going to come up at the end of October 2021, and this in itself is going to come through as an idea. You must not be put off that it might take slightly longer time, because I said many times, you know, good things, they take a while to actually happen. So you must not put this off by just thinking negatively about it, especially at this moment in time, because the energy is so powerful. So it's the idea that you will be paying attention to, the idea that is going to come to you you this month, the idea that is going to change everything, the idea that is going to change your life, literally, but it's only the beginning of, and you have to trust yourself. You have to give credit to yourself when the credit is due, because this idea that I'm talking about, it's not going to happen like overnight or anything like that, but it's most certainly going to be direct answer to your problems and to you feeling stuck and to you feeling disorientated. This is going to be the right thing to do. The new portal is about to open almost immediately, but you need to remember to take one step at a time. This idea that I'm talking about is just going to need a little bit of thinking, a little bit of like going through different stages of your life until you kind of see the full reflection. But by the time you get to the actual end of March 2022, you see, the end of March 2022, this is when this idea is going to take place, which is on another hand, this is when this idea is going to become obvious, the direct outcome. On another hand, this is also going to give you nice little timing, you know, with things that come to you this month. It's not only about the end of October, but it's also going to give you the nice idea when it comes to the actual timing, how long is something that's going to take, this particular idea that you're not going to be able to ignore, how interesting and how attractive this is actually going to be. So it's all about the timing and the idea, also how long is something going to take. And this in itself, it's also going to help you to create a mental picture, and therefore it's going to strengthen your make your focus even more powerful when it comes to that visual connection with things later on. And in particular, when it comes to the actual future planning, you will see how much this was actually making sense and how many questions are also going to be answered. It is the very spiritual month that you are going to have, my gorgeous Piscelini. So it's all about the desire for a more meaningful life, you know. It's going to take you into this particular deepness. By the same time, use this powerful vibration and energy. Pay attention to the ideas, pay attention to what you feel drawn to, pay attention to like what you want to learn about, you know. All these aspects are really important when it comes to this, you know. And also, you know, what you're going to realize is that it's time to move on with certain parts of your life, which is really important, and it all goes and work really well together. And on another hand, you know, you are going to realize that you are about to choose a really kind of major life changes. This is how you're going to find yourself, like you're going to find yourself on a crossroads, on a path, and you will want to choose to make a real life changes. As long as you're optimistic, as long as you're open-minded, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to find yourself also a little bit indecisive, but most certainly you're going to make a really important decision, and this decision that you're going to make is just slowly going to start changing everything without you even realizing. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm wishing you the gorgeous month of October, spiritual October. October is most certainly so different in so many different ways, okay? And I wish you good luck, and I wish you the best, because it's a lot to do with the planning, and it's a lot to do with the trusting yourself, following your own intuition, and do not be led astray by the negativity and negative energies around you. Very important indeed. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.